Hi class. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Google Drawings app. It is one of the apps within the Google Suite. In this class you'll be using many apps within the Google Suite, including Google Slides and Google Docs. And so especially at the end when we get to the point where I'm talking about how you generate a link and you turn that link into Blackboard, that will actually apply to several of your assignments in this class. So the very end of this video is also very important, so make sure that you watch it until the very end. So for your Unit 1 homework assignment, what you have to do is create an infographic, and within that infographic you have to answer several questions. The questions that have to be answered are right here. So it's this bulleted list. If you look up here right at the top, I've actually included an example setup. So if you click on it, you will see this is an infographic that I created. You don't actually have this template, but you can edit or modify the templates that I provide you to make it look similar to this if you want to. You can really make the infographic look however you want, as long as it is very easy and clear for me to understand and read both the questions and the answers, then that's fine. So you just don't want to make it to where it's unreadable or something like that. So the best thing to do is to actually have this template, I think, side by side with the other templates. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this to a new window by itself and move it off to the side. We go back to Blackboard and we see down here, you scroll down, this is the link to the templates. So when you click on this link, it is going to take you to this Google Drive folder that I have shared with everyone. And so you will choose one of these 4 templates and you can edit this. So if you don't like the colors, you don't like the font, you can change them. That's totally fine. But for this example, what I'm going to do is choose this 4th one right here. So when you click on it, you're going to see a couple things. First of all, when you get to it, you probably see this right here that says view only. And you're like, how am I supposed to do this? I can only view it. So there is something that you have to do in order to be able to edit the template. So you go to this button right here, File, and then you're going to go to Make a Copy. When you make a copy, it is going to copy it to your drive. Click Select, and then click OK. Once you have made this copy, you will be able to edit your copy. Now it is important, you do have to be logged in to a Gmail email in order to use the Google Drive and Google Suite apps. So when you're logged in to your email, I'll just show you really quickly. When you're logged in to your email, this can be your student email or it can be a personal Gmail email that you have, that's fine. This is actually my Clemson email. And if you click this little tic-tac-toe board right here, these are the Google apps, and this is how you access all the different Google apps. There are even more if you click more down here at the bottom. So what we're using is Google Drawings. You don't see it here in the list, but it is one of the apps that's available to you. So you have to be logged in to some type of Gmail email address in order to use these. So I recommend being already logged in before you start the assignment, but if you're not, it will prompt you that you have to sign in. So either way. So here we have our infographic, and we're going to try to make it look maybe similar to this other one over on this side, or at a minimum answer all of the same questions. So we moved it over. So this is Unit 1 homework, why is public speaking important? So up here at the top, change the title, why is public speaking important? See, it's a little big, so we're going to have to make that font a little bit smaller. That's too small. All right, so 24 looks pretty good, and we can actually put up here at the top, Unit 1 homework. If you don't like this font, you can feel free to change it to a different font. That is okay. As long as it's readable, then that is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Now, something that might not be readable will be something like this. So a script font is probably not a good idea. I can read that, but it's just not the best option. So I'd choose something that's easily readable. Go back to what I had it on. Unit 1 homework, why is public speaking important? Another thing up here I have created that's actually down at the bottom on this template. So you have to click inside that box, scroll to the end. So I'll just put my name in right here, Chelsea Slatt. And then you're going to start moving through all of the questions that you have to answer. So if you look here on the template, I have an example and directions for you. So the first question is, I need to be able to communicate clearly in order to, and then you have to write a 2 to 3 sentence answer to that question. You can either use the book or you can actually give your own opinion as well, or talk about why you're going to need public speaking or how you're going to need public speaking in the future. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you wanted to, in this box, you could put, I need to be able to communicate clearly in order to. Once again, you see that that's too big and it's kind of a weird font that we can't really read. So we are going to change it to our same font that we used up there at the top. I'm actually going to zoom in some, if it will let me, so we can see this a little bit easier. Well, not really sure why it won't let us zoom in on this, but anyway, at any rate, that's about as big as I can make it. So you have, I need to be able to communicate clearly in order to. Maybe move that around a little bit so it's not down here on the box. And then down at this lower box, this is where you're going to answer the question. When I look at this, I'll actually be able to see it much larger, so don't stress if you think it looks very small. As far as how to zoom in on this, I'm not 100% sure because this little zoom button right here is not working for whatever crazy reason. Anyway, so you're going to go through here on all of these questions and answer them. So over here we have, I need to be able to communicate clearly in order to. 3 ways being able to speak in front of others will help me in the future, and you have a list. So you can change out all of these over here down through 8 to these other questions that are over here on this side, or if you're looking in Blackboard, it's the questions that were in the bulleted list. So there are actually 7 questions. So you won't need all the way through 8 over here on this template. So you could actually delete off the 8th one, and that would give you a little bit more room to answer, so it won't be so close together. And I guess it won't actually let us take 8 off of there. That's interesting. So for the pictures, if what you want to do, you could probably actually just put a picture over that so we can't see it. You can actually copy, Control-C, or Apple-C if you're on an Apple device for copy. Control-V is victory, as in victory, to paste, and put more images on here if you want to. If you go back on the homework, you will see that one of the things I'm going to be looking for are going to be images or graphics that are related either to public speaking or just academic or school related. So you might not want to put like a hairbrush picture or a picture of like some type of something that doesn't relate to school. Maybe like an apple or a book or students at school, people up in front of people speaking. So I don't really care what goes in there. It just needs to be kind of all related to this one theme. If you look over here on this one, you see that we have like pens, notebook paper, pencils, books. So just use your own judgment and change those pictures out to something that makes sense to go with your template. If you want to change colors or do anything like that, so this is actually an image. So you can go to replace the image and change the whole background image if you want to. Now granted, it won't have all of those numbers. Or you can go to format options. You can recolor if you want to. So we can make it, well, so we can make it pink, we can make it green. So you can change things to make it look however you want it to look. Other important things for you to remember is just that I definitely need to be able to read this. So if you choose a font that is very difficult to read, then be aware that as far as the design of your homework goes, then that could negatively affect your grade. Once you get done creating your infographic and you want to turn this in, what you're going to do is go over here to this blue share button. So when you wave over it, you see it says private only to me. Also, what I would do is I would change the name of it up here to your name and Unit 1 homework. So I've changed the name. I'm going to click this share button. And what you have to do is you have to click the button that says Get Shareable Link. I want you to turn the link into me. You'll have to turn in links for several assignments, so please pay attention to this because several of the things you have to turn in a link for will be assignments created using a Google app. So we click Get Shareable Link. All right, so you think, oh, here's the link, I'm just going to copy it and I'm good to go. Not necessarily. So I'm logged into my Clemson email, and so it says anyone at Clemson University with the link can view. Well, none of you guys go to Clemson, and on your end, when you look at it, if you're logged into your student email, it will say anyone with a student.uacch.edu email can view this. I'm an instructor, so I don't have a student.uacch email. I just have a UACCH email. So what you have to do is click this little button. Then you see here, More. You need to click this one right here, and you see this on the homework back in Blackboard. I have a picture that shows you what to click. So you'll click right here on anyone with the link. So it doesn't matter what email I'm logged into, anybody that has the link can see it, or they don't even have to sign in just to be able to view it. Click Save. Then you are going to highlight and copy the link once you're done with the homework and you're ready to turn it in. We go back to the homework assignment, and if you're turning in this homework assignment, I'm going to go into the student view. All right, so we're turning in this Unit 1 homework. And you have to turn in the link. So you don't download it, you turn in the link. You click Unit 1 homework assignment, and then what you do, scroll down, and you see this button right here that says Write Submission. Click Write Submission, and you will paste. So remember, that is Control V as in victory, or Apple V as in victory if you're on a Mac. If you try to right click and paste, sometimes it won't actually go into the box, or you'll have an error that pops up. So you always need to remember to use the key commands. Control C for copy, Control V as in victory for paste. You pasted this in, and then you're going to click the submit button, and you've turned it in. Please make sure that you are always pasting regardless of what assignment you're completing. You always need to make sure that you're pasting into the text submission box. So you click Write Submission and you paste it in. If you paste in down here to the comment box, then especially if you're pasting in an outline or something like that, if you paste it in here, then it turns out on my end it'll look very garbled. It'll make a whole outline look like one big paragraph, and you'll probably get a snarky email from me asking you to please resubmit it, not in the comment box. So you never, ever, ever use this box. You always paste in to text submission, or if you're attaching a file, you click Browse My Computer and attach the file for like when you do outlines and things like that. Anyway, so that is how you access the template. And you also look at my example to create the Unit 1 homework. Then once you have actually edited the infographic to look however you want and answer the questions, make sure your name is on it, make sure you've renamed it, your name, and then Unit 1 homework. You've generated the link. You've made it to where anyone with the link can view it, no matter what Gmail email address they have. You pasted the link in, then you can turn it in, and congratulations, you'll be done with your Unit 1 homework assignment.